What's going on, everybody? Uh, what's going on there, fellas? Okay. Mort, I gave you a co-host too. I don't know if you got it yet.
Yo, I'm in here. What's going on?
Trying to get Immortal to a mic. I gave him co-host too, but I don't know if he's busy or not. I'm trying to give him a mic anyway.
Yeah, he might be a little busy, or he might want to stay a speaker. It don't matter. We don't. He can call us, but it don't matter. But yeah. What's up? Let me give a quick little time check, cause yeah, it's about to be the top of the hour. I'll go ahead. It's 9:58 Eastern Standard Time, 8:58 Central Standard Time, 7:58 Mountain Standard Time, 6:58 Pacific Standard Time. Outlaw Media Time check. St. Louis Reparations recap 9/27/23. Today is Thursday, September 28th. We about to let y'all know what time it was yesterday. What's going on? Thanks for hosting the space, Leon. I'll be getting hated on for some strange reason. My blue check ain't even showing up.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good. Just trying to get some more people in here, but it's still recorded. Too many people are still worrying about what's going on with the Freeman over there right now.
Yeah, like I said, we doing this for posterity, for receipt's sake, and try to go over some of the things that we've been discussing. It's really um what we've been doing. We've been walking this down since April. I made the first statement in April, and then you put the hashtag in there. Okay, yeah, I made the first. Hold on. Oh crap. Trying to fix the title a little bit because it's out loud. All right, there we go. So shit. Come on, title. All right, hold on. But yeah, I'm just fixing the title because it's out loud. Ed. Hold on. Back up. Back up a little bit.
I got you. I got
I
you, man.
got.
I always
I,
forget
I
that.
got. I got it. It should go in now. Hold on.
Hey, what's happening, fam?
Yeah. What's going on? So yeah, we just about to just do a quick little recap of yesterday. Well, we put in the work as usual that we've been putting in for months now. Um, Started off in April with my first statement about prioritizing cash payments, and then we've been pushing it forward. So we ain't gonna go through. We're gonna eventually do a whole complete recap, but we just gonna stick on what happened yesterday and what we saw happen yesterday. What's going on, Twizzle? We recapping our reparations commission meeting from yesterday. So let's see, Leon. I only got one device available, so I can't really clip up the play any of the statements. Did you want to try to do that?
Twiz in here. We got the
Give me
G
a couple
squad in
minutes and
here
I'll
now.
load that up.
Yeah, Leon, nigga, I'm calling you in for a sit down, nigga. So when you get back, nigga, you gotta come sit down. I gotta talk to you. You understand me? Mortal, what's up, blood? What's up with you, man? What's
What's
up with my
happening?
OG
What's
player partner,
happening?
man? I'm having me a drink tonight,
Uh,
man. That's my first drink in 10 days, man. You know, conscious outlaw. Me and him had a good conversation today, and man, I'm feeling so goddamn good, man. I had to go knock on wood. I said, I'm finna treat myself, man, and have me a party. I was about to go out. But I'm like, nah, I'm on some conservative shit right now. I'm holding back. So I'm sitting in my office smoking me a joint and sipping on some vodka. I'm drinking vodka now, man. I had to leave the tequila alone because I got tired of flashing on people, cussing motherfuckers out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm on this vodka right now so I can go find me a little young girl and act like I'm 27 again. You understand me?
Official as a referee's
And if you
whistle,
got it from
my
and if
nigga.
you got it from me, you know it's motherfucking for sizzle. You know what I'm saying? On the motherfucking rizzle. Yes, and motherfucking dizzle. My nizzle. You understand me?
You dig?
Immortal,
Rizzle.
what's up with you, Pimp? I'm
Hey,
proud of you, man, and I appreciate your work and your ethics, man. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate all your efforts too, man. You know, a lot of motherfuckers they
yeah.
ain't gonna give you your fucking flowers. They ain't gonna give you your motherfucking reward, man. I'm gonna give you your champagne, man, and your cigars, man, because you did that, you know? You did that.
Hey,
All these other
hey, I
motherfuckers, all
appreciate
these other motherfucking mama's boys, henpecked ass niggas. They got to ride women coattails and shit, and they gonna learn behind that shit. You know what I mean? One thing women respect strength and they respect authority. And the first motherfucker to come out smash and laying the motherfucking law down, them hoes gonna forget all about all the mother niggas and start following the motherfucker that's blazing the trail like a dragon. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what's up. Hey, I want that to pop off just like you said, man, because it is sad
Oh,
that
it's gonna pop off.
we got
Hey,
people.
have I been wrong yet? Ask conscious. Have I been wrong yet?
Nope, nope. I ain't seen you wrong.
Conscious. Have I been wrong yet, Outlaw?
Nah, we all been on
You
point.
know what I'm saying?
This the alpha male space right here, man.
Mm-hmm.
Only people that can handle it gonna come in here.
Only niggas with swinging dicks and balls. You understand me? These other niggas,
Oh
Cause this,
man,
this
come on now.
these niggas that still wearing boxes. These niggas are still wearing briefs. Still asking they women, still got to tell they women, "Mommy, I'll be right back. I'm about to go to the store." Them some niggas that's gonna have to stay right there. You know, if you have to ask your bitch instead of telling your bitch, nigga, you know, you can't talk to me. You know, we need grown
hey
men
man,
here. We need straight grown men
I
here.
feel like Suge Knight right now. If you got the, if you can't retweet who you want to retweet, if you can't show support for people that's doing work that never did shit to you, because somebody all in your video dancing and all that kind of shit, come fuck with us. Fuck with us. You ain't got to put up with all that, all in the back channel hating. You ain't got to you ain't got to go through all that. Making you stick yourself. You don't have to stick yourself.
Hey.
You don't.
I'm gonna say
Nah, we
this though.
smooth,
I'm
we
gonna say this
smooth.
though, and all y'all, and this is gonna be a game changer right here. What is all they biggest argument? You don't put in the work. You don't go outside. You don't do this. If people don't come in and support y'all, they all full of shit. It ain't about putting in the work. It ain't all about. It's all about clout chasing. I swear to God, y'all niggas did everything people complain about. Y'all was outside, y'all put in the work, y'all stomping, y'all made y'all voices felt, not heard. If people don't come support y'all, that just goes to show them motherfuckers is 100% cloud chasing because they not supporting the work and they ain't being true to the code. I mean that. This is evident right here, man. You know what I'm saying? I
That,
retweeted this shit
that's
twice.
facts.
And if people don't come in who talking about they true to the code, here, you got a St. Louis Reparations Task Force meeting, you was there, and the people don't come support this, that lets you know they on some bitch ass cloud chasing celebrity selective choosing old whole ass shit. You know what I'm saying? And fuck them because they gonna sink just like the motherfucking fake ass fat bitches they are on the motherfucking real. This making me mad right here, man. They always talking about, oh, you put in the work. Oh, you outside. Oh, we doing this. Okay, it's real niggas that just did it. And where y'all at? You know, I'm about to retweet
And
this
they
shit.
they
I'm about
stand.
to retweet this shit. Where y'all at? On the motherfucking real. Where y'all at?
A lot of them can't even come in here, man. It's for a specific reason because people have had like patience and people have had grace and everything else and actually did everything but beg a person to retweet. And so now it's to the point in the game where the humble hand got to go down the window when it's time for the iron fist. You know what I'm saying? Because it's about the work, man. I'm not going to sit here and keep on trying to placate to people. That's why I don't want to spend too much time because we ain't gonna say names in here either. We ain't gonna say no names because they know who
You
they
don't
are.
gotta say
You know what I'm
names, man,
saying?
because
They know who they
as
are.
as a wise man, motherfucking always once said, man, the truth shall set motherfuckers free. You know what I'm saying? And motherfucking, if you as we, I was always taught in the game, man, never put a jacket on you don't wear. If motherfuckers talking, let them talk. Because if it don't fit you, it don't fit you. But once you start announcing this and we start talking this, it's gonna be a lot of motherfuckers screaming and hollering and bitching, complaining because that guilt gonna set in. You know, and that's how we gonna know that all this shit is selective. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers is selective with
Hey,
their anger and their outrage, man. Bitch ass niggas.
they damn so selective. They damn so selective. And it is most of the people who realize that we supported them. Shit, us in this room is some of the ones that got this whole pull up thing popping. It ain't just the ones that people want to click up with and raise up, for their own personal benefit or personal reasons why they like this person. At the bottom line, Leon was there from the beginning. Twiz was there from the beginning. I was there from the beginning, and so was Conscious. Was there from the beginning, putting in work. And we even had to, push the envelope to get motherfuckers to come out. Motherfuckers was real. A lot of the same ones that's talking shit now was real sheepish. We had to tell them pull up or shut up. They was real sheepish. They ain't want to say nothing until we had to do the pull up or shut up, and then all of a sudden, a lot of people started jumping on the bandwagon. But listen, as far as that conversation is concerned, we're gonna have that conversation because I don't like a lot of things that get said uh, to Conscious and Leon, and think about Leon. Leon ain't doing shit to nobody. He ain't out here fucking with nobody like that. They come him wrong, and then
Leon ain't been around. Leon been. See, I
uh,
remember. I remember
they
Leon because they tried to get at Leon behind some. Who was that teller that gets? It was an agent or a teller that slipped in here. What was his name? I forgot. And I remember a certain woman tried to pass the buck talking about that's Leon's friend. Leon brought him around. I never remember. You remember that shit, Outlaw? You remember around that time? Yeah. And Leon said, "Fuck this shit." He backed off and he did what he was supposed to do. I respect him for that shit. I did the same goddamn thing, but they got mad at me. Now fuck that. I'm not finna fall on my sword for motherfuckers who don't got my back. You got me fucked
Hey,
up.
got y'all too. You and Leon got wise quick. Me and Conscious tried to hang in there and tried to hope and dream that a motherfucker was gonna have some heart, that a motherfucker was gonna be real about the shit. But I'm gonna
Hey,
tell you something, man.
Immortal. You see how they just did Pookie yesterday, right? You see how they did Pookie and Padrino yesterday?
I ain't even peep it, man. I ain't
Oh
even
my
peep it.
God. What I went through, they just did them the same way. Except Pookie, he gave him their ass. Pookie,
Pause.
Pookie fed it to him. He fed it to him like a motherfucking shit Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Had them niggas quiet. Answer the question. Can their nigga answer the question? The only thing they want to do is argue. Lineage, lineage, lineage. Man, come on, man. Grow the fuck up. It's big. You have no business questioning no other motherfucking man. That's bitch assness. And a lot of them niggas is bitch assness. They proved it yesterday. Every
Yeah,
time.
we're gonna have a space of addressing poop butts and bitch niggas and shit like that. Weird ass niggas that like to go around threatening people. Like, what kind of motherfucker are you to go around threatening people who out here talking about reparations? Nigga, we ain't talking about no dope money. There ain't nobody trying to fuck your gal. Ain't nobody stepped on your shoes. Nigga, we out here talking about reparations. And motherfuckers run around here mad because they get blocked. What kind of weird shit is that, man? So
Dude.
we're gonna get on these poop butts and these Rudy poops and
Those
these
soft ass, emotional ass, and they feeling ass niggas. The only motherfucker I blocked is that rainbow pride type shit, that faggot homosexual sword fighting shit. That's the only shit I blocked. Other than that, I don't got nan motherfucker on this app blocked. Out of all my 2,000 followers, I don't got nobody blocked because it ain't that serious. I don't take this shit that personal. You know what I mean?
I
This
block
like I
motherfuckers.
said, it's only motherfuckers that just don't have no life, bro. They just have to devote all their attention and their efforts into this, hoping that they can get a little bit of, how should you say, they 15 seconds of fame out on here. They can make one quote or have one hit liner or just have one phrase that's gonna carry them out. Man, come on. Like they said, motherfuckers looking for clout. Motherfuckers looking for love in all the wrong places, and not only that, motherfuckers looking for attention without even trying to mention it. I mean, I see through this shit nowadays. All these people talking about the work. What have they did? What have they sacrificed? What have they did freely? What have they given? You know what I mean? For real. I laugh at these motherfuckers, bro. They
They
hella
do what
funny.
they do what certain people tell them to do, and
Yeah.
nothing more and nothing less. They
And this is
support certain
men.
people.
And
Yeah,
these is men.
they do what people tell them to do,
These
and
little
stuff like
weak
that.
ass boys.
But you know what? I'm a show and prove over the next 12 months. I'm gonna ease back up off this thing right here. I'm gonna start traveling to different places because I got family in different places. I got a whole son in the South, in a state where niggas talking about they want harm to come to me and my family. I got a whole
For,
son in one of these states. I got uncle in that same state. And motherfuckers running around here talking about what they gonna do to my family, how they feel, and talking violence and all that kind of shit. Well, guess what? There's a public service announcement, and I'm gonna say this a couple of more times. I'm scary than a motherfucker. Don't let nobody tell you shit different. I'm scary as fuck. So all you niggas out here, you done set up and talked about what you was gonna do to me and mine and the people in this room. You talk about what you want to see happen. Well, guess what? If I see your ass, I'm gonna be in fear for my life, and I'm gonna extinguish threat with extreme prejudice, cause I'm scared. You didn't convince me. You didn't convince me that you big and bad and shit, and you tough and shit. You'll come out. Oh, I hate you. I want to do this and that to you. Oh, something gonna happen to you. Just you, your mama, your sister, just went down the line. Talked about my newborn grandbaby. My granddaughter, 3 weeks old. Motherfucker talking about he won't see harm come to her. And they think that they can say that, and then that's just it. Now you can come jump out of all the way the fuck out your body and out of your motherfucking mind and get on public airways and talk about what you gonna do to a motherfucker. Well, guess what? Guess what? I'm scared now. So when I see you, yeah, I ain't no argument, ain't no question, ain't no why you do this, why you, because you had plenty of time to squash the shit. And I'm gonna be moving around. I'm not gonna stop seeing my people and going and traveling around. So when you see me, and when I see you, I already know what you around me for. You come around me to do me harm. I'm in fear for my life, and I'm gonna act like it. And I don't have no felonies.
Man, I advise all y'all start taking trips, man. Start
No,
getting
I'm
out because that
no,
shit
no,
helps. That
yeah,
shit
yeah.
helps.
I just came back.
Seeing something new
Okay.
open up new memories and new avenues to your brain, man.
Hey man,
It take your mind off other shit. You know what I'm saying?
I just came back from Savannah fucking with some Geechee niggas. Up
Man,
there
I'm
fucking
looking
with the
forward to my
Geechee
trip.
niggas.
I'm looking forward to my trip to Detroit, nigga. I can't wait to go up there, man. I
I gotta
can't
hit
wait
up
to go to
Detroit
Detroit.
too.
Yeah, I
Shout
I
out
can't
got
wait to
to
go to Detroit. Yeah,
I gotta go
man,
to
I
the
can't wait.
shit.
You know what I mean?
My uncle, one of the ones that helped popularize it. He ain't the innovator of it, but he helped popularize that Kronk style
Man,
boxing. My uncle helped popularize the Kronk style boxing. So when we go slide up in
I'm
Detroit, you
spending
know what
a
I'm saying?
week.
Holler at
I'm
some
spending
people.
a week in Detroit. I can't wait to go up there, man. You know what I mean? I see a lot of these old faggot ass niggas popping in and out, bitch boys.
Yeah,
yeah,
mama.
They about to run it. They about to go run and go tell their mama.
I thought that was wild. As soon as I sent the shout out, niggas disappeared. Like, ooh, you said my name, I'm gonna get in trouble. You
Yeah,
know.
niggas finna
Right.
they finna go run tell their mama. But yeah, I
Run,
can't
tell.
wait. I'm gonna try. I got something planned. I'm gonna go to Detroit. I'm gonna try to do like a little Rust Belt tour, man. I may go to Detroit and fly out a whole nother city, man. Because if I come to Detroit, I can't come to Detroit without riding down to St. Louis. You know what I'm saying? Me
That's
on the
what's up.
motherfucking real. I
And
got
we're
to
gonna
come to
roll.
St. Louis, and like I said, I got a nephew out there, man. So oh
Yeah,
man, oh
fam
man,
gonna
come
roll
on,
it.
bro,
Well, fam gonna
You
roll the
do,
red carpet out for
then
you.
man, come
It,
on,
Commissioner
man. You don't gotta tell
Delegate
me
George
twice.
will talk about the mandate.
Okay, hold on. Let's go.
Yeah, hold on.
Let's go.
I got it up
Hey,
and running. Let me just give me a couple more minutes, all right?
all right, Twitch. We finna let him.
Leon, what's up, boy?
He finna get the cue up the reparations thing, and we gonna let it play, and then we gonna chop up my statement, and we gonna chop up Immortal's statement. Well, I don't want to spend too much time on the goofies. We gonna get some more time to talk about the goofies,
Go
but
ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
St. Louis reparations recap. So I don't want
Hey,
people to.
hey, hey, can we get a time check right quick?
Oh yeah. I brought one in just for right before you came in about 15 minutes ago. I give another time check right before, so yeah, it'll bookmark where we started really talking about the reparations. So yeah, it's 10:16 Eastern Standard Time, 9:16 Central Standard Time, 8:16 Mountain Standard Time, 7:16 Pacific Standard Time, Outlaw Media Time Check. We about to round this up. We about to rev it up, and we about to break down these reparations conversations that we had in the city of St. Louis that we've been working on for months now. Months. The pull-ups never stopped for us. We got off the airplane. We got off the trains, we got off the buses, and we went straight into our war meetings, straight outside, hammering signs, getting people elected, working hard behind the scenes, not asking for nothing but maybe a retweet, you know. So Leon, go ahead, cue that up.
Y'all guys are there.
Yeah, we hear. Go ahead, cue it.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm here.
who am I doing first? Just you, or am I?
Just play it. Just
No,
play
no,
it.
it's
Uh
about an hour and a half, so I don't want to go through do it like that. So what
I
we'll
got the
do is
old guy. I got the elder going. I guess it's the elder before you.
okay, yeah, go because that's it. He had a good statement too. Go
All right, hold
do that.
on. I'll start. I'm gonna start with him then. All
The
right, hold on.
is it a tall guy? And no, no, hold on. Is it a tall guy with a hat on? The one before me? You can skip past him because he just like start with me and then go
All
from
right,
there. Because he
all right,
wasn't
hold
really
on.
a reparations. He
Yeah,
was
hold.
trying.
Yeah.
To,
All right, hold on. Let me get it set up. It's almost there.
all right. Yeah, so we'll start with mine, and then we can stop. And when mine is over, we can stop it. And then I want you to go to the elder in the burgundy shirt. I think he came after me, but before Immortal, then Immortal. We're gonna just chop up them specific statements because those was the most powerful statements, and we've been the ones that's been holding the commission feet to the fire and getting the most traction. So he'll be
All
right
right, here we
back.
go.
Let's go.
My name is Michael Gregory, owner of ConsciousOutlawMedia.com, the voice of Black Americans. I just have a quick summary statement discussing reparations and
Can everyone hear him in the back?
Can everybody hear me? Am I speaking loud enough? Okay, there we go. My name is Michael Gregory, owner of ConsciousOutlawMedia.com, the voice of Black Americans. I have a quick summary of local reparations that I was going to submit to the commission. I only have 3 minutes on.
Can y'all hear that?
Yeah, it's fine. It's great.
I hear real good. Yeah, go
Yep.
ahead.
Yeah, hold on. Did y'all hear that or no?
Yeah, yeah, you good.
All right. Here we go.
I'm just going to give you a little summary of the local reparations that's going on right now as we speak. The first one, which everybody has a lot of information about, is Evanston, Illinois. I'm going to start right here. Point one, they have sorry, they have authorized cash payments of $25,000. There's a bad side about that because that they're subject to IRS tax. Plus, they're not lineage based and they don't go back to Reconstruction. Third point is they're only set up to go to homeowners and they're framed as housing grants. And that doesn't grant agency for self-determination. And Black Americans were selected at random with a lottery system. 6 of those people out of the first 16 died before they received their reparations. Point four, they only authorized $10 million over 10 years. Point five, Newsweek reported that the funds came through cannabis sales of 3% and a real estate transfer of 1% on properties over $1 million. So San Francisco is the most recent one where they've authorized 5 million lump sum payment to each eligible Black American and also the elimination of personal debt and tax burdens and homes for $1 for Black American families and a guaranteed annual income of at least $97,000 for 250 years. So with that being said, we're in the middle of Missouri, St. Louis, Missouri. So we could find some middle ground. Me personally, the direct cash payments I would think would be equal to about $1 million per person, seeing that we have the Rams money sitting on the table and we have recreational marijuana on the table also. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Stop right there, Leon. Okay, let
Yeah,
me.
I got you. Go ahead.
Okay, so what I was kind of freestyling. So what I kind of misspoke on is when they said in Evanston, Illinois about the $1 million. That's $1 million tax. A tax, real estate tax. It's not just a flat out tax. It's every house in Evanston, Illinois that's over $1 million. If it's a real estate transfer tax of 1%, that was also funding their housing slash what they call reparations program. So I didn't clarify that a little bit, but I'm going to submit a more detailed statement. That's what I was kind of telling them. That I was just giving them a summary. And then also another thing that I kind of like didn't elaborate elaborate on because I was kind of pressed for time was the cannabis tax of the 3%. That was funded, and that was part of the funding that came afterwards because it's still working that, and the actual cash payment part that was just approved in March, the $25,000. But like I said, that was framed as in the you had to be a homeowner, and then also the IRS, they're trying inside the Evanston, Illinois Commission, they're trying to make the $25,000 tax exempt. But as of now, if they receive the cash, it's the IRS has the opportunity to tax them, which is really like Indian giving, no pun intended. So I'm gonna give it to you, but then I'm gonna tax it, so it even takes the amount down even lower. And then another point that I've tried to elaborate on was the fact that the people that were selected, they were selected at random through a lottery system. And like I said, some of those people that were selected, they passed before they were able to receive it. So I don't know if they were able to send their where they came up in a lottery into their to a descendant or whatever, or did their money go right back in the pot or whatever. So that was one thing. Like I said, I'm going to send a more detailed statement in to the commission. I just was letting them know what was about to come. So that's pretty much breaking down my statement a little bit more, giving you a little heads up of actually what I'm going to be giving them. So now I think who is the guy in the burgundy next, Leon?
Well, before you move
Yeah, with the
on,
with
Oh,
the Morehouse shirt on. Yeah.
yeah, hold on. Go ahead, Eddie Moore. What was you gonna say?
yeah, before you move on, um, I appreciate how you pointed out the taxation of what they alleged so-called reparations. Like, if you are harmed in this country, say something happened to you, you slip in a grocery store, you didn't slip and mess your hip up. Now you got to sue the grocery store. Now it comes, they didn't want to go to court. You got the evidence to show where they had been mopping and didn't put out no sign to say wet floor. So they liable, for your injuries and everything. Now they don't want to go to court. They're gonna settle with you. So once they give up, once you get and even if you did go to court and want a settlement there, you don't get taxed. You don't get taxed. If you anything coming from uh, lawsuit settlements or insurance payouts, those aren't taxable, according to my understanding. According to my understanding. Now, talk to y'all tax professionals. This is not tax advice, but I'm only telling you what I understand is that those are mechanisms to make you whole. Your car get wrecked. The other person didn't have insurance. You go to your insurance company. You had full coverage. They're going to pay you out for your car. There's no taxing on that because you're not gaining anything. You're trying to recoup something that was lost. And reparations is something similar to that. So how can I have lost and now you trying to uh, uh, provide some type of restitution, and then the government say that they can tax that. So that was a real good thing to point out, and I appreciate you pointing that out. And the last thing I'll say about that is anything pertaining to reparations. Anytime you hear somebody talking, and I do mean anytime, you hear somebody talking about what the IRS can do to help with reparations, that's a red flag. Let me put it like that. That's a huge, huge waving red flag because the IRS don't touch no money they can't tax. Period. You're not going to use any of their resources to do anything unless it's taxable income. That's all they deal with. It's taxable income. So you say, well, IRS know where everybody at. Well, so do the Social Security Administration. They know where most of us at too. And so do the driver's license bureau and the bureaus that have, your state IDs and stuff like that. They got all your information too. They know where you're at and all that kind of shit. So you don't have to bring in all these taxing authorities to help us with reparations. This is outside of the the taxing realm. So shout out for bringing that out and for waking that up. And also, uh, you made mention of the lottery system type of way that they were doing it in Evanston. Like, okay, we're gonna put some names in the hat and we're gonna see who's gonna win it. Look, that's a slap in the face. This is reparations. Don't never let nobody play with y'all about your money. Now you know we don't let each other play with each other about our money. Now you know if another black person owed you some money and they told you, well, I owe another nigga's money, so let me put your name in a hat, nigga, and if I pull your name out the hat, nigga, you the one get paid today. No, motherfucker, you told me you was gonna have my money today on payday. It's payday, nigga. Don't put my name in no goddamn hat. Give me my money. That's how you is with black folks that owe you money. So why would you be any other way with anybody else? So don't let nobody play in your face talking about they didn't put a name in the hat and now we're going to lottery out your reparations. Nah, start cutting these checks like you did for the Asians and the Jews, or for the Japanese and the Jews and everybody else who you mentioned. Now, what else I wanted to say about your statement, bro? Um, you pointed out to where at the end of the day, these other reparations, I think you mentioned San Francisco and you mentioned Evanston, and you talked about what you liked and what you didn't like. At the end of the day, they had to start talking about cash payments some kind of way. Even if they did put the trick bag in it, they had to, say some type of cash payments. And we here in St. Louis is not going to take anything less than that. I appreciate you, Wake. I just wanted to, point them things out about your statement. So now, go ahead, fam.
That's cool. Right on. You picked up. We piggyback off each other. So Leon, go ahead and let the elder break down the do with the Burgundy Morehouse, and then stop it there because I gotta wake something up with what he said.
Okay.
He's another elder I invited, and he been coming the last
Uh,
couple ones.
I grew up in the area of St. Louis Avenue and Vanderveer. The last meeting, I kind of reminded the commission that the daytime and place of the meetings hadn't been put on the city calendar. As of Friday past, it was not there. That's 6 months. They couldn't find a way to get this meeting on the calendar. Last month, I said it was unreasonable. Now it's almost getting embarrassing. 6 months. It was there Monday, but that's 2 days before the meeting. Something is wrong with that picture. I'm wondering if somebody playing with us. I have a question for the commission, and I would really like an answer, maybe, if not tonight, at the next meeting, and that is, why should we be optimistic about coming to these meetings and think that it's doing some good? 5 other cities and 5 other states have these same meetings. They've already done it. Nobody getting reparations. And we know of 2 pots of money that's sitting that can be used for reparations. Maybe you can tell us why we can't use that money for reparations. And I think I noticed not a lot of aldermen are here. So if we get ready to spend hundreds of millions of dollars giving out to black people, seems like the aldermen ought to be here to see what's going down with that. Do they know something we don't know? Y'all need to think about this. It's right in front of you. Yeah, I would really want to know so we're not wasting your time, because we can go through the motions. We need some results. It's people dying and suffering, and we just watching it happen. We need to be serious. This is how serious white people are. This is how serious it is. Some people talking about this need to happen again. So let's do a lot of thinking, people. Thank you.
Okay, so
Damn, the elder dropped it. Now, conscious. The question I have for you is that picture that he hold up. What year was that? It looked like that was like an old 18 or early 1900 picture.
if I'm not mistaken, that's he held up for people that will just be listening to the recording. He held up a picture of the East St. Louis race riot. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it happened in 1918. And what happened was just to go through the history really, really quick. Um, there were white. It was a white, I believe, mill or some type of industrial plant, and the white workers went on strike. And when they went on strike, the owners of their mill company or whatever, they went down south and offered jobs to Black Americans to get them off the farm, bring them up north. And when they came up here, they crossed the picket line. The white workers of the establishment got pissed and killed everybody. And there was no repercussions that I know of, and it made news and all of that, and it's one of the most horrific things. It was basically our not quite the equivalent of Tulsa, but it's very much when you look at the map of atrocities across this country, it lights up right there with it. It lines up right there with it.
Yeah, it's still a massacre, no matter how you slice it. It's a
Right.
massacre.
Exactly. It was a massacre. So that's
Yeah, man, that was the 1919 uh, race massacre over in East St. Louis that he held up. And yeah, that's pretty much how it went, man. It's pretty much how it went. Now they didn't go get no black folks, but a lot of black folks did come up to this area during that time to join the black folks that was already here and going along with them to go get those jobs. Um, because the white folks were picketing, the white folks were unionized, black folks wasn't even allowed in those unions, and those companies wouldn't hire black folks until the white people went on strike. And so, yeah, like Conscious was saying, they went on strike, and the backlash from the black people coming in and what they call scabs. I used to belong to a union, so if you come in uh, after them striking to work, then they call you scab. It's a real rough thing. So they attacked the whole city, try to burn it down. Uh, that was the catalyst to that. So yeah, he was showing a picture of the ruins of the black neighborhoods and black areas. Some over 300 people, probably thousands of people died. And so that's what he was holding up.
Okay, so now I want to wake up what he said. See, Immortal has been very skeptical with every right to be. He got a little bit more experience and seen a little bit more things than me. And the elder was very skeptical. And me and Immortal met him about, I think it was the maybe the fourth meeting when we had the one in our particular area on the north side. And he sat back and just listened. I had made my statement, and then he got me and Immortal outside and exchanged numbers with me and everything. And he was already from the jump, like, are we just talking? Or are we working or whatever like that? So fast forward, he had his eye on it and he had my phone number. And he was noticing that he couldn't find the particular the anything, any information on when the reparation was, where it was, or anything like that. And he had the only way he was able to find out was through me, because we had switched numbers from the previous meeting. So he came in and he held the ethics, I think it's the chief ethics officer for the reparations commission for the mayor. She's not just for the reparations commission, she's like the ethics officer for the mayor's office. He's supposed to make sure everything's fair or whatever. He came to him last meeting in August, and he told him, he said, this is not on here. He addressed the commission. He said, why isn't this on here? There's no awareness. Why don't nobody know? And they promised to put it onto the city calendar because the city has a website that tells you all the things that the city is doing for us, meetings, alderman meetings, public meetings, everything, every meeting that the city has sanctioned through executive order, through any kind of service or committee is put on that planner, but reparations. It was put on, like you said, 2 days before, but they be planning these meetings almost 2 months ahead. I've been on top of it and watching every single planning meeting, every single thing. So I know the minute they announce, and then they don't ever have, they never tell the location more than maybe 30 days. Like right as of now, we still don't know the location of the next meeting. We just know the date. And we know the particular area they're shooting for. They're shooting for Midtown, or what we call Central St. Louis, or what we call Midtown. So he did also point out something very interesting, something that I have had problems with. So I attend all of my ward meetings. And Mortal knows that. He tells me I should, let people know I do this, but I just do it because, a lot of times the ward meetings is like interpersonal St. Louis business. It's nothing really discussing anything that anybody else really wants to worry about. And then it's a lot of times stuff that's exclusively to the 13th Ward. But I attend all of these since before the alderman that's sitting now was in power. And when she came to her first one, I made a statement of I want to pass out some reparations thing. She's practicing benign neglect on me at this time. She has no interest in raising awareness for the reparations commission. She did, even though the one that I first told her about was in her ward, she did not choose to show up for that for whatever reason, maybe scheduling conflict, or I don't know. I'm just gonna say she just did not come, and she does not give. She does not endorse it. She does not push it. She does not. She acts like it's like nothing. So when I come to every ward meeting, I passed off flyers in August, and then now I didn't have the resources to get the flyers, so I just let people take screenshots of my phone, take my contact information, and then I pick out people one by one inside the ward meetings to let them know to come to them. And so it seems like every time I do that, the turnout is greater. When I did that the first time when they were on the north side, the turnout was greater. More people got to talk. People from my community, my ward, got to talk. I wasn't able to do it as much last time. The turnout was very small. Then, then thanks to a lot of the good people here on Twitter, I had 7,000 views and a lot of impressions on this last flyer, and the room was big and it was stacked. And what's up, brother L? I would like for you to speak too, if you get a chance, because you spoke at this statement too. So just hold tight, because we're going over all of our statements. So with that being said, the elder was given a little bit of grace, saying he didn't see many aldermen. From what I can see, even though I was sitting in the back, I have yet to see an alderman show up at any one of these. The only people, the city officials that show up is the mayor's ethic officer, or whatever, ethics advisor, and then the commission members. And then there's only
Well, let me jump in right here, fam,
okay.
because I want to slow it down right here. So the one good point you just made was the city's not promoting this. The people who knew about it, shout out to you and L for passing out the flyers and stuff. Half the people know about this going on. You, one of us three in here told them. One of us four in here told them. Half of them. And the other half is people who the city kind of wanted to know about it. You know, uh, there's certain organizations there in St. Louis they used to be Black Lives Matter. They kind of rebranded themselves, and they're the ones who, normally they want people to. Those are the people who they're making aware of it. and things of that nature. Those are the people who they wanted a certain group to have awareness of it and to participate in it, and therefore they could get off what they wanted to do. Now about the aldermen, listen. Number one, this is a rhetorical question for somebody to come back and tell me later. But that is, what other uh, reparations task force or commission or committee has ever been created by any executive order? That's a question, because we're going to take this whole thing down through a pathway, of different avenues of how we get our money. So don't never let nobody tell you that executive order is not one option for reparations. Because she didn't give an executive order for reparations. She gave an executive order to create a committee who would gather information from the public, and so that they can submit a report to the mayor and the board of aldermen. Now follow me now. This report that they're going to produce will be submitted to the mayor and the board of aldermen for consideration and possibly implementation. So first the committee gives their recommendations, then it's in the hand of the mayor and also the board of aldermen. If you read that's what it's contained within that executive order, is that who that report is made for, the mayor and the board of aldermen. So um, it may be that the board of aldermen don't want to uh, give off any. Now, this I might be wrong about this, but I don't think they want to interfere in that process, because that's something that they're going to. The results of this process is something that they're going to have to deliberate on and possibly vote on. You feel me? But now, just because you don't show up, and just because you still have to give outreach to your constituents in your ward, I feel. And you still need to make sure that the people in your ward know that this is what's going on, and that however you feel about it, you should probably, go see about this. It's because it really is a historical thing. And so that's why I ain't really been tripping off the aldermen, because I know that they're going to have to come back and vote on this. And if they sitting around there, bug eyeing the committee, then I might feel like, don't bully the committee into doing something that you want to vote for. No, let them do their job and get the information from us, and then you deliberate on what they present to you. So that's what I had to say about the board of aldermen, man. But they doing a piss poor job of promoting it, and it's almost like it's being hidden. The news ain't really covering it like they should. It's a lot of things that the news covers around here that'll never be as important as this, and never be as historic. But I'm gonna land it there. Y'all go ahead.
So
Greetings.
I like that you said that, because maybe that is why my aldermen or none of the aldermen have been showing up to the commission. But at the same time, like I said, and I know I show up to my monthly ward meetings. Actually, I went to 3 committee meetings just last month, basically 2 in 1 week. You know what I'm saying? So at the same time, she doesn't have to show up, but she does not lend a lot of time or a lot of awareness, and knowing that that's what I'm there for. That's how she met me when she came into power earlier this spring. Is the reparations guy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm passing out flyers, and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. But I lack resources. But with that being said, this being a citywide thing, I should be able to ask her, could she print out these flyers so I can pass out? Or could I get some assistance? Or I'm not even getting assistance from the committee, the rebranded Black Lives Matter. Like you said, they're putting up digital flyers that, like a lot of people in this room put out. They shared it with appreciation. Again, thank you very much for that. I believe that the turnout was big because of that. So with that being said, so we had that situation where it seemed like they're hiding this, they're not bringing awareness to this. The news, local news media, they reported on the one, I believe, the month before in July and the first one, but they didn't report and say broadcast that there was going to be another reparations commission meeting yesterday. They didn't touch it. So it's a taste of a shadow banning, I guess. They don't want that to go out. So with that being said, Leon, now our go forward to Brother Immortal's statement.
All right, coming up.
And thank everybody for coming into the space. We'll take some questions after we break down this last two statements.
My name is Antoine, and I hail from the Hamilton Heights neighborhood. Um, Results, that's what we're here for. And I appreciate the presentation that was given, and I appreciate the angle that you look at it from the harms, from a standpoint of how capitalism affects us. And you know, we allegedly live in a capitalistic nation. Over the course of my lifetime, I've seen this nation move away from many capitalistic ideas and practices. And those movements have not borne any results for us. So for us, it'll never be a matter of, is it capitalism, is it communism, is it socialism? It's all out war against us. When you say, you know, they did experiments, what you call experiments, and they drop all these chemicals on there. That's war to us. It's an experiment to them, but it's low intensity war. The military has a term called low intensity war, and it's killing us. So what we want is results. What we don't want is another round of sales pitches for financial products. With the exception of any minors who may be owed cash reparations, with the exception of those minors who may need a trust to hold their money until they're old enough to know what to do with it, with the exception of that, Black Americans, speaking for the grassroots, we don't want to hear anything about trusts, bank products that can help us along the line until we have proper reparations within our pocket, and then come talk to us about trust. Then come tell us about oh, this can help you. If you put your money over here, that can help you. Put my money in my pocket first, and then tell me what you have that can help me, because all these financial products and all these sales pitches as a prerequisite to my repair is a slap in the face. So as far as it comes for in order for us, I want to, before I get out of here, I want to address some pushback that I've gotten on cash payments. And the major, most realistic and important pushback that I've gotten is that I've been told that I have to face the reality that we came into this position that we're in through a system called white supremacy, and that we need to be repaired systematically also. Why would we endure all these harms and then not have the understanding and wherewithal and foresight to systematically repair ourselves? I think that that's very necessary. And I think that our community is already prepared to do that for ourselves if we are given what is owed to us. This is a debt. It's not welfare. It's not anything like that. It's a debt. And we want that money in our pocket so that we'll have the agency to do what we need to do with it and rebuild Black Wall Streets, rebuild Rosewoods, and rebuild the towns like sitting under Lake Lanier and all the time places that were taken from us. So I appreciate y'all letting me speak, and we want some results with that cash payments. Thank you.
All right, stop it, Leon. Leon, did you? Okay.
And what I love is Immortal looking dead into the damn camera when he was talking all that. he found the camera. He was looking directly into the camera, dropping his knowledge. So shout outs to Immortal on that one.
So did you have a question you want to ask him about his statement to elaborate on, or I go?
Um, nah, man. I mean, he dropped everything, man. I would have said shit. I ain't got nothing to say.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
man.
yeah,
Sometimes when a person says something that you already, you go online with, what's the really, what else is to talk about? You know what I'm saying? I'll just land
okay,
there.
okay, Immortal, hold
Hey,
on. I got a question for you. I got a question for you. This is what I want you to elaborate on. Okay, so when you came up and you was discussing the Walter Jones guy, what he was saying and about the financial products, explain why you had to like co-sign or give him a little bit of a head nod for what he said.
uh, okay. Well, that's a short story. One of the commissioners, see, if you watch the entirety of the meeting, you'll know that there was a Caucasian who wrote a book, and his presentation was talking about how capitalism um, harmed black people and how our harms kind of relate to and stem from capitalism. And that's why you heard me say, what I said about communism, capitalism, all these things. Like, because for real, family, tell me the difference between a communist country and a capitalist country if they're waging war against you. They both going to use tanks. They both going to use guns. They both going to use poisons. They both going to use lies. There's no difference between, So that was kind of addressing the whole trying to bring in um, white people's uh, politics into our repair. Like, I don't want to hear about capitalism. I don't want to hear about communism. I don't want to hear about none of that when it comes to my repair. Because it's a lot of things. Hey, white supremacy is socialism in and of itself. It's a socialized group of people who gonna get together. That's a socialist practice, if you ask me. It's just a system of white supremacy in itself. It's almost like they think they're gonna do the greater good. Everything belongs to us, and you all just walk around in it. That sounds like communism to me. So, and if you want to, and he did make some points about how capitalism has affected us, and that's poison for us too, because it's a system of government that was also created by the white supremacists. It's simple as that. All those systems of government was created by white supremacists. Now, what I did notice that he didn't cross a line. That white boy, he didn't cross the line because the doctor, we got a very prominent doctor on the committee, prominent in the area, and that doctor asked him, well, since you see these capitalistic forces and mechanisms working against our people, couldn't we use, capitalism forces and mechanisms for repair? And I think the white guy understood exactly what he meant. And the white guy was like, no, nah. The white guy was like, because he understood what he was talking about. And I'll tell you what he was talking about. But the white guy said, nah, I can illustrate this to you using those terms, but to turn around and try to use marketing tools, or market tools to do the repair would be, he wouldn't advise it. He shook his head no to that. And well, he should. And because this statement that I made this time, and this, if you watch conscious statements each time you go, it's a culmination. Each statement, we already know we only got 3 minutes. So really these statements should be taken in their entirety if you're able to do that, But so this statement that I just made was the culmination of the other statements that I've made. And in the other statements that I've made, I went down the line about things like zero interest loans. And if you had a chance to hear that statement, You would have heard me talk about how, on the face of it, a zero interest loan might seem great because you figure, hey, I'm getting a windfall of cash. I know I got to pay it back, but it's with no interest. And as time goes, the easier it is to pay back a loan with no interest. And a lot of good things you can say about that. But there's a problem with that, with bringing me a zero interest loan as a form of reparations. Uh, even if I lacked the self-respect, just say I didn't have no self-respect, and I took that loan and say, okay, I'll take loans. I can't take one that if I miss one payment, if I'm late on one payment, the interest kicks in. That's when the interest kicks in. It's a zero interest loan, you pay it on time. So, and now I'm doing business. You're also doing business with the same institutions that have been discriminating against you in the first place. So now these same institutions are going to come offer me zero interest loans that some of them are going to default and then begin to charge interest. Even if it doesn't default, I'm still paying money out of, you gave me some money, but now I got to pay it back. So that's a flow of income. That's a pipeline of money heading out of the Black community. We trying to set up things in a situation where the Black dollar circulates within our community 5 and 10 times, 30 times before it leaves our community. That's how we insulate ourselves. That's how we rebuild the Black Wall Streets and things like that. So you automatically bringing me something that's going to take money out of the neighborhood. But since I do have some type of self-respect for myself and my ancestors, what you're not going to do is come to me, since I got respect for myself and my ancestors, you're not going to come to me and tell me you're going to loan me what you owe me. That's an insult to my intelligence. It's an insult to my ancestors and their sacrifices. Art of War, you loan me $100, Art of War. You loan me $100. I told you I'll be there Friday. I promise. I'm begging you. You just say, well, I'm gonna take mercy. This ain't even no mistreatment situation. This just a situation you tried to help somebody. And then I come back to you and say on Friday, and I tell you, well, I know it's Friday, and I know I told you I was gonna pay you $100 back, but this is what I'm gonna do for you. I want you to sign this right here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna loan you $100, and every month you pay me back $10 of this $100, and I ain't gonna charge you no interest now, but you pay this, and that's how we gonna square that $100 that I owe you. Yeah, it is to laugh, isn't it? It sounds crazy when you put it like that on it. Don't it sound crazy, sis? That's because it is crazy. And nobody with any self-respect, Art of War, look at me and like say, dude, I'm not finna borrow shit from you. Zero interest or any interest. Nigga, give me my goddamn $100 before I start issuing out repercussions and complications and consequences, nigga. Fuck is wrong with you? How could you even come to me and say after you know you owe me and you know I needed my money, and then you can come to talk to me about you loan me something? No, that's a slap. That's an insult and slap in the face. So all these financial products that go for a lot of them, a lot of different ones. I also went through the last one that I gave before this one, talked about why free education can't be considered reparations. You have to put my money in my pocket, and then I get with some people and we start a homeschool network. We start a private school, and then it may be some kids that we'll put in there for free. That's where the free education is coming from. That's where it's going to come from. It's going to come from the builders. It's going to come from the ones that know what to do with a dollar. And we're going to put it together and make it pop for our people. Everyone in our family, for y'all in here, probably the ones know what to do with a dollar, and you keep the family alive. You heard me? And we're going to do it just like that. But no, you can't give me free education to an institution that you right now producing people who are coming out and our problems aren't being solved. The pinnacle of the HBCU, what they'll point to is a major success is Kamala Harris. Now, how's that helping me? I don't know how that's helping y'all, but it ain't helping me at all. So we need our institutions to produce some more Francis Cress Welsings, to produce some more Linus Crowns, to produce some more Twizzles who know how to, be true to the people, true to themselves, and get some business taken care of. Like the Art Awards and everybody who, support us. Amel, he was in there too. So I'm just going down, and I hope y'all go back and check them out. Um, all these financial products, all these, no, give me my money. After you give me my money, then show me some land that's mine. Where my land at? Okay, for self-determination. Because I can't live on your land and have self-determination. But I can't even, once I got my money in my pocket, then I'm able to make offers that can't be refused. You feel me? But I ain't gonna get too deep. But I
Now,
will
hold
say,
on.
I will say, I went down the line, and these are Brookings Institute recommendations. Go back and check out that space that Leon and Conscious did about the Brookings Institute report on reparations, what they got to say about it, And really, much of what me and Conscious have put out there is a response to that, because that's the template that the Moore mayors and all these different people are trying to use to put the trick bag in. So I ain't ramble on too long, man.
I
Uh,
want I was right there because you trying to remember. We're gonna do a recap
yeah,
after the one. You gave them a preview, but we
yeah,
still got building to do. I want you to also talk about the second half of your statement when you kind of touched on it when we got pushback about the systematic thing. Don't go to you already kind of hit it, but we go ahead. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's the argument. See, we got to give you, we got to make sure that you go to college. So we'll put free education. Well, guess what? My mama ain't going to college. She been to college. She's not going to go back. So that don't help her. Oh, we'll give you free all this. So the bottom line, give us our money. Oh, and the second part of my statement was when I was refresh my mind, man.
No,
Exactly.
and pushback because we've been coming saying cash payments from the very beginning. That was my
Right,
very first
right,
statement.
right. So the argument is against cash payments is we live in a system of white supremacy. It's been a system that got us in this situation. It's a system we got to do this repair systematically. We're really only going to get one shot at this. And so we really want to do it right, and so we want to do it in a systematic way to help the most people. And that's the argument that I took to heart, that I got from the committee. And one of the committee members said we got to do it systematic because we in a system of white supremacy and got to fix ourselves systematic. Took it to heart, and the answer to that is we have a system. We have a system, and we use it every opportunity that we get. That's where you get a Black Wall Street from the system of how we do business, how we treat each other, how we do business, and how we treat each other, and the type of society that we want to live in. We create that every time we get a chance, every time we're left alone. You know, every time we're left alone, we create it. So you don't have to, the government doesn't have to, build a castle and then put a bunch of all that. No, just give us our money and stop doing the harmful practices that you're doing against us. Give us our money, give us somewhere where we can have self determination and stop the attacks on us. And we'll get it together. That's what they worried about. See, that's why they don't want to just say, "Hey, look, here you. We're gonna let you set up political power over here. We're gonna just get out of your way and allow you to establish political power over here, just like America always meant for you to be able to do. That's why we have states. That's why you can move from, you don't like one thing, you don't like abortion, move to a state where you can get one. Then do that. This America." You heard me. And if you don't like Negroes, move out the states that we have political and economic control over them. Just because we ain't going to be the one discriminating. So that's what they don't want. They know we'll begin to, Rosewood arise again. Tulsa, Oklahoma, Black Wall Street, that'll rise again. East St. Louis will be sparkling. Kenlock over here, if you're from St. Louis, Kenlock will get the popping again. See, that's what they don't want. They don't want that. That's why they want to give us the trick bag, something that is not tangible that you can hold in your hand, something that leads a flow of income out of the community. So our system is what we do, how we do business. And yeah, it's going to be a third of us going to give the money away. 1/3 of us is going to drop that money. I've been saying this for years now. I've been saying this for publicly over 5 years now. And the reality of it, based on human nature, psychology, sociology, this will never change. 1/3 of Negroes is going to give away that money. Versace going to be calling them. Cancun going to be calling them. You heard me? They're going to be all in the Paris. You heard me? And shout out to them, they're going to be dressed fly with $1,000 suits on. But that's going to last about 9 months tops before the worst of those run out of money. Another third of us is going to retire. They're going to pay off all their homes. They're going to pay off their cars. They're going to pay for their vacations for the foreseeable future, and travel and enjoy their family and go do that. And then the last third of us are going to build hotels, banks, hospitals, schools, car, whatever you want. We'll have it. And everyone who squandered their money, if anybody in here wants to go squander their money, because I do need some smart people to go squander their money too, because I'm gonna need some smart people working for me. Yeah, you're gonna get reparations. Don't squander your money if you don't want to go back to work. And don't think that you're gonna go back to work after you receive your reparations and think you're gonna go back to work for white people. That's done. They're gonna be giving them jobs to they kids. Do you understand me? Okay, don't listen. Don't listen. Just watch. Just watch. Don't believe me. Just watch. After reparation, they don't want to hire you for nothing. Don't want to hire you now. Definitely ain't gonna hire you over none of theirs. Get you out the paint. So what you gonna do? You gonna come work for me. That's what you're gonna do. And I'm gonna treat you nice. It ain't gonna be no weird hanky panky shit going on against the women in the house. It ain't gonna be nothing. If you're a dark skinned sister, we ain't gonna look at you bad and all this and play and mistreat you in the workplace. We're not gonna underpay. We're gonna pay you the same thing we pay the men's because you're doing the same work. And we ain't gonna discriminate against you because you black. And we're not gonna do all this weird shit where we gotta make extra money, make a killing. We just gonna make a living. And then the ones who waste their money gonna come work for us. The Bible says it's always gonna be poor people. So that's the system. And it's gonna pop like it always do. So that was the pushback that I got, that I felt from the committee, and that's my answer to that. You feel me?
And let me tell you, we're gonna go to the end of the statement because I want Leon to let the commissioner let him respond to us because he has a response to us coming at him months and months. But before we go there, Immortal, what you said, because me and you have like minds, I understand and I resonated with that, and I've been regurgitating that, and I've been told in these spaces that if I go about it like that, I'm going to get reparations so I can be the white man. That's what somebody told me. You heard?
Okay.
Sound like a bunch of goofies.
Yeah, that sound goofy as hell. That sound like a tether. We got to watch who we talking to. So many people don't be black Americans. They be telling y'all they black Americans, and they ain't. So listen, it's always gonna be business done. We didn't start doing business when we met white people. We had doctors before we met white people. We had lodges before we met, like taverns. We had hospitals. We had everything. You think white folks got. We had it first, and we're gonna have it again. And we're gonna do business, and we're gonna do trade. We've been doing trade before white people existed. Okay, so don't think because once we come up after out of this 400-year yoke that all of a sudden you finna get to sit down, Negro. See, that's what they did in Haiti. Did all that. And then when they general told them, the same general helped them win their independence and freedom, told them, hey, all right, we done won the war now. Now, fuck all this. Now, let's get busy because we got to build up some more ramparts. We got some more boats to build because they're going to come around here talking that shit. So we got to build up some more boats. We got to go down there and check on our allies because we didn't help them get free down there. But now we got to project strength to make sure that they reciprocate what the fuck we did for them. Or else it's consequences, and like that. What the Haitians told that man, y'all know the story. Somebody y'all do. Oh no, we ain't finna work. We ain't finna do nothing. Killed that. Matter of fact, killed them to make sure that. And then what happened? The French came back and gave them an offer they couldn't even refuse. You done killed your major general. You done sat on your ass. You figure, oh shit, we ain't got to do shit but kick back now. The white man gone now. We ain't got to do nothing. It ain't never been like that in the history of mankind. And it'll never be like that unless you want to be subjugated just like the Haitians are today. They just got through paying off. I don't know. I do think they just got through paying off that debt. They had to buy themselves out of slavery from French after kicking the French ass. Can you imagine that? But anyway, I ain't gonna ramble on too long. That's what I think about that, man. You just don't. You just want the white man in power because that's who you know how to deal with. That's who you want to deal with. You're comfortable with that, and you're uncomfortable with black people being in power. That's what you're uncomfortable with. So long as
Fact.
the white man, so if the white man is the head of the bank and you the teller and he your boss, you understand that. But if the black man is the head of the bank and he your boss and you the teller, you don't understand that. You think that's trying to be a white man when we was the first ones to do trade and banking and things of that nature. So that's a confused, scared Negro that think he ain't got to do nothing. That's what I think. Anyway, keep going.
All right, so yeah, that's good. Hey, brother L, I don't know if you can if you want to speak, shoot the get a request up here. But if you can't, are you busy? Leon, now what I want you to do is y'all could go through it, but because we don't want to keep the space too long for and so we can load it up on the YouTubes and all of that, I want you to go to the end of the commission meeting, and at the end of the commission meeting each one of the commissioners gets to give a real quick statement on how they feel leading up to where to present time to after that meeting and all the information and they give out little quick responses. And I want you to go ahead and play all of them, and then the very last one, Dr. Ross, I want y'all to pay attention to what he said very closely. Can you do that for me, Leon?
Yeah, working on that right now.
Cool, cool, cool. So yeah, it's 11:16 Eastern Standard Time, 10:16 Central Standard Time, 9:16 Mountain Standard Time, 8:16 Pacific Standard Time, Outlaw Media Time Check, St. Louis Reparations Recap, 9:27. Today is Thursday, September 28th. We recapping, and I see my brother L. He got the mic. He got the
I
mic.
did want to speak about what happened after y'all left, and
Go
I
ahead. Go,
had to leave, bro, because I was like,
yeah.
I
Go ahead.
damn near was getting mad, because I'm like, first, you spoke conscious, and that was, I actually went to the bathroom at first when the first dude was speaking, and I come back, you speak. I'm like, oh yeah, and then the old dude that spoke up there and raised the picture up, we need him on the team because he for real was speaking that shit. Bro went up there and he said, I don't know if y'all serious, this how serious white folks. I was like, this is some cinematic shit, bro. Like this some shit you need on a goddamn a video for the reparations, because he was going crazy, and I love that. And then Antoine went crazy. I mean, Immortal went crazy, and then that white dude came up in the middle of my shit. I'm like, bruh, who is this white dude? And then he talking about your who rules. They talking about they white people allied. They
I
white
was
people
wondering if that was
allied
Black
with
Wall
African
Street.
Socialist Party to get Africans reparations. All of that shit was fucked up. But I'm like, I ain't even gonna speak about that. I ain't trying to be divisive up here.
Nah, you're
But
not.
Nah, it ain't
you said
divisive.
what,
No,
I
conscious?
thought that was Black Wall Street talking. I'm like, this nigga sound familiar.
nah,
What you
nah.
say,
That
conscious? I
that
ain't hear you.
that was
He
that was none other than
My fault. I
the
can't even hear you. My shit.
The
Me?
Uhuru Solidarity Movement. Can y'all hear me?
It might be me. But not after I got down. What you say, conscious? I can't even hear you.
you got it.
No, after I got down though, the lady that spoke about Van de Vende and St. Louis Ave, that spot right there with the PCBs, she spoke. She did a good job. And then it was a lady, I guess that was with them. She got up there talking about some. I just want to thank the white allies that's here. I want to thank all the white folks here. She was like, because we ain't going to be able to get no reparations without white folks. We need to stop trying to ask for some money. We need to get ask for this emotional. They talking about some. And that's the other thing. They talking about some, we can't be bought. They like 25,000. That's a start. But I can't be bought. I'm like, oh nah. It's like we gotta for real. It was like as soon as y'all left, bruh, the whole shit. I was like, God damn, how did everybody listen to what was said and then go immediately to we need white folks on our team, bruh? Like that shit, even though the meeting was decent, I was like, man, this the shit we gotta watch out for. Cause I'm like, bruh, yeah, you got a white group in here, a representative of the white group talking about some we gon' we got a protest for reparations on the 23rd, and all of these people, and they like the people running the organization is white folks talking about white allies. I'm like, bruh, this how the shit get co-opted, and they'll hear us speak and be like, oh, we want to, we really want to fuck with y'all because y'all was saying some real shit. Like after when I was about to leave, because I couldn't hear no more of that shit. I'm like, I can't do this. When I was leaving, this lady from Invest St. Louis came to me and she was like, we got to go do a coffee. We got to get some coffee and talk about what you think the neighborhood can, what neighborhoods you think are worth saving, and like what we can do to help these places and all this everything. So I'm like, I ain't called it yet, but I definitely wanted to tell you and all y'all that we got an organization, Invest St. Louis, that Invest STL, that's they own our page. They own our side, so we definitely can reach out and see if they want to work
So
with us and shit.
that's good. That's good. I want you to. I'm now finna give you a nugget of information. Okay. So the lady that you're talking about, I vetted her already. I vetted her thoroughly. Actually, me and my mom had a luncheon with her after a specific meeting when Corey Bush was supposed to show up in here. I vetted her thoroughly and I knew everything she was going to say. That's why I didn't want to wait around for her. I'm the one that told her to come to the meeting. She didn't come to the last one. I hit her with the flyer the day before. And she had a plan. I got the plan sitting in my drawer right now. All those things she said, I automatically figured it out, especially me and my mom. Then I bounced off Immortal. Democratic Shield, vote blue, who, no matter who. That's what she was up in there selling. She literally was trying to sell, and then it's like they didn't listen. Like you said, they didn't listen. I went up, you said 500,000 2 meetings before. I came back and dropped analytical numbers and data and upped the ante to 1 million. And they got stuck down like they mine got stuck with 25,000. Did you hear what we said? I chopped up numbers. I
Bro,
chopped up numbers for
I,
y'all.
I think we gotta. It's like we gotta start posting and I'm glad the dude brought up the video. The meeting ain't been on the website. Cause I'm like, it ain't been on the website in months, like he said. But I never spoke up about it, and I ain't know who to speak up about it to. But he was telling, like, that dude was on point. I'm like, man, I ain't even catch his name. I wish I did, but I know
I
he
got
from the
I got
Vanderbilt area.
I got his name. I'm the one that
Yeah,
brought him to me, and he the one that's been on the head because he 80 years old, and his brother used to be a principal of Bashan, and he's a significant community leader, and he been on the head, and that's what we've been having. I've been vetting people, and I've been making sure people come in there saying certain things, and then people come in there and show their hand, like that particular lady came in there. She showed her hand. She showed that she's ready to kowtow and bow down. She literally said the way we should get reparations is you should put a thumbprint and come work for your reparations. And she literally her name. Did you hear her name? She said her name is Overseer. That's what
What?
she said, the Overseer. When you go back over there, she'll tell. I'm not gonna say in the space. She said her name. It didn't sound right. It didn't look right. It didn't smell right. And after she was fully vetted, I figured out I'm not going on the same page. So that's what it is. We have Oppie people coming in pretending to be for us, and then we have Oppie people coming in acting like they for Africans and Yahuru and coming there talking about people getting RICO'd and all of that. That's why me and Immortal been so adamant on this app about anybody that have Yahuru affiliations because they're dirty. They're all dirty.
Dog, that shit, I was like, he came from the other side too. I'm like, you see, it's a line over here, bro. I'm like, man, and then it was that Uhuru shit. Dude, Walter Johnson, he didn't say nothing like super wrong, but like that's the problem. Like, have they really brought who have they brought that has wrote a black person that has wrote a book? Because that was the first time I seen a book get passed around that motherfucker. I ain't never seen a book get passed around the reparation meeting. I'm talking about online too, the California and Atlanta meeting.
That's the first one. Because this book was like a bestseller. I never heard of him, and they've been talking about bringing him on for months. I thought he was a black guy. Well, come to find out that our reparations commission. I will say this: we do have the most uh Black American, as far as I know. We only have one other, and that's the one white guy on our commission. The other ones are, as far as I know, I haven't done their lineage, but as far as I can tell, they're Black American and they're natives of St. Louis. So with
Have
that,
y'all talked to the ADOS lady?
I'll talk to that. See, that's what I'm saying. That's the good thing
Cause
about me.
she can't. I was like, who still do ADOS now? Like, I was like, this is some.
That's what I'm saying. I've been very thorough with this. This has been a very thorough process, and I've been putting my all into this. I talked to them on 101. They took my phone number. They probably went through my social media. They want me to come work with ADOS because they want to form a chapter here in St. Louis. But I'm not feeling like there's something that I want to do, but I'm not going to stand in their way. I'm not going to tell them this and that, but I'm going into a different direction. I don't want anybody telling me what to do. I have a specific vision for St. Louis and what I want. And I don't want somebody telling me, nah, don't ask for that, or nah, you can't say this, or nah, you can't say that. I'm outlaw media. I'm conscious outlaw media. I own my shit, and I'm showing that I already am producing self-determination, and give me my money so I can continue doing that, so I can have the freedom and the agency to give all of my children and my grandchildren jobs so I can fund my daughter's college tuition because she's already in college. I don't need y'all to give her nothing. I'll give her everything she needs. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we at with it. So thanks, brother L, for coming up here and breaking it down, because it was some other things that came up in this up in that meeting, because three of the nine commissioners are Washington University either professors or alumni. And Walter Johnson also is a professor of Washington University. And the last two meetings, two Caucasians got up and they spoke to the fact that Washington University had a heavy they have a heavy burden of debt in the enslavement and not necessarily but the harms that they're culpable too. Now these are Caucasians that came in there. One was a doctor that graduated, and another lady, she's another advocate. So they're even actually pulling their own people's coattails and like, look, you all are culpable too. So it's I feel like that we have the fairest as fair as it's gonna get commission up to this point. And I'm not gonna give them all that credit, but I'm gonna say that it's no wonder that our commission is being shadow banned. It's not being signal boost because I do believe they feel something in the air. That's why I was gonna go forward with I got you, Commander. Hold on one second. That's why I was gonna go forward with Leon. I got it queued up. I want y'all to pay attention to the commissioner's final statement before it wrapped up. Listen to every last one of them. Then listen specifically to the last guy, Dr. Ross, and what he said. I'm gonna elaborate on that, and then I'm gonna let people up for questions. Leon. Okay, you got it queued up with the last, I guess maybe like 5 minutes or whatever.
Sorry about that. It's ready to go.
Okay, go ahead, sir. That's our brother Leon.
Question. Heard you were from the heart and captured, continue it, the commission to review recordings as well as the questions and notes. Really come back. You all deserve the answers that for the questions, all of you, and we will have that response. Hopefully, within the time period that you all wish, and we hope to conclude by March with that final report. So I'm going to turn this over to Delashay George, who will talk about the next meetings. Then we'll have a few comments from the commissioners as we wrap up. Thank you all. Delashay.
So the next meeting will be on Saturday, October 28th, from 1 to 3, with the location still to be determined, but we're trying to move around the city. And so our next location will most likely be a central city location. And our November meeting will be Wednesday, November 15th, from 6 to 8 p.m. And to the gentleman who said that the city doesn't have our meetings on there, I'm not sure if they're in a different space perhaps, but they had been on there. So we'll follow up on that, but they had been listed on there. So I'm happy to talk to you afterwards. But we've been on them about it, and they did respond with getting our meetings through the end of our term of March posted on the site. But for October and November, again, it's Saturday, October 28th, and Wednesday, November 15th. Not yet, but we're working to get those committed, hopefully by the end of next week. That is an option for us, but again, we're trying to be central. We're trying to move around the city. So we've been North City, we've been South. So we're just trying to move around, but we do appreciate the suggestion.
Well, great. Well, I'm going to start. We'll start from the end. Just a brief comment on the meetings from our commissioners.
I think you caught me in mid thought. So I'll just leave with like the question that's on my mind. So Dr. Johnson talked about displacement, and then quite often at these meetings, people raise to whom should the reparations go. So I'm a person, I'm an African-American person who, my family, we have moved all over the place. And some of that is because one place we don't have opportunities, so we end up here, or we end up there. So I'm like, well, it just kind of brings to that like dealing, reconciling reparations in the face of displacement, and where a community, to whom is the community accountable? So it's not, it doesn't, what I'm saying doesn't bring closure, but I just like to just be transparent about, you know, what I'm walking away thinking about, considering everything that you all think. So thank you all for the food for thought, and hope to see you all at the next meeting.
Again, I want to reiterate my thanks for your being here. Of course, I want to say thanks to Dr. Johnson with such a powerful presentation. As always, your comments are helpful and refreshing as we come in and try to find where we can create that space of healing through reparations. And it's my prayer that we could develop something that's sustainable for the community. And so thank you again for coming out. See you in October.
Thank you all for coming out and for speaking up and continuing to speak up and to speak into the work that is forming what we are doing. And I also ask for grace as well, because as a lot of you understand, this is so much bigger than the city of St. Louis. But we do hope that there is influence in what we are doing on a grander scale. So thank you all. And thank you, Professor Johnson, for coming and for your book. Definitely brought to light a lot of things that a lot of us would not have otherwise known. So that is appreciated. Thank you.
I want to thank Professor Johnson as well, and for bringing all those issues to light. And I really was, a lot of what you said resonated so strongly with me, especially people who live in North St. Louis. I live in North St. Louis as well, and I've seen the deterioration and neglect. I say this every time, I guess, when I come to these public meetings, but I'm on the same page as far as that is concerned. Disturbed by what's happening to my community. My family was from Mill Creek, so I saw that destroyed. My family moved to North St. Louis when they left Mill Creek. Now I see that being destroyed. So I see this repetition of this happening over and over and over and over again. And I think you bring up these issues that are so important and that we need to deal with. Like I said before, I think we need to hold these people accountable. They need to be held accountable for the things that they're doing and continuing to do. And maybe I'm being too editorial or emotional, but I you know, it just keeps happening over and over again, and it at some point it has got to stop. And I want to see it stop, and whatever I can do to make it stop, because it affects people's lives. Professor Johnson brought that up about the people that are displaced. The people, what happens to the people once these things keep happening over and over and over again. So I just want to say that I hear everything that you're saying. I'm experiencing what you're experiencing. And I think we can do something about it. And I think we should do something about it.
I certainly can't follow that with anything else, but I really want to echo a lot of what's been said here, including the thanks to Professor Johnson and to you all for being here. And what Gwen just said, I think is so important in the sense that you all coming here with your experience and really understanding the depth of the harms is so important, but also really calling out where accountability is due, where responsibility is due. I think we're hearing that more and more as well. And, that's part of when we think about repair, we have to think about who's accountable for the harms themselves, and then what that creates in terms of accountability, in terms of repair. And so I think that's something that we share as well, and we just appreciate how strongly you bring that here in these kinds of meetings.
Thank you, Professor Johnson. Just absolutely riveting. You caught our imagination and you gave us a roadmap to move. I heard two things this evening. I heard a call for immediacy. These things have been going on for decades. We know that we're talking about changing institutions, but when people are hurting, you just can't say, well, you can hurt for another decade. People are just tired. They're sick and tired of being sick and tired. So I heard that loud and clear. I also heard the need to really think long term. We'll issue a report in March, and after the commission issued that report, it's out of our hands. So we would have done our work. It still is in our collective hands, and so we have to push. Right? Power concedes nothing without a struggle. And so we can't just say the commission has rendered a report. We need you to continue to provide that moral support, pushing, animating, even agitating for real systemic change. So the accountability is going to be at the highest level and at the grassroots level. So we have a lot of work to do. Thank you all for being here. I look forward to seeing you at the next commission meeting.
Okay. So, Paul, Leon, first off, before I go forward and break that down, thanks you, Leon, because you're not, people are only good as they support lines. You've been a great support. You DJ, you held spaces, you read things, you've even supported financially. I just want to give you your flowers right now before I go forward. Now,
Oh man, thank you, man. You ain't had to.
yeah, man. I mean, I can call you this. I mean, just to be honest, y'all, this man right here, this host, I can call this man in an emergency, and he gonna do whatever he can to make sure I get out that emergency. And that's what we supposed to do as Black Americans, as brothers and sisters, and everything like that. So he's helped me out on more than one occasion. Same thing with Immortal. We all be holding each other down. So now I just wanted y'all to pay attention to the last statement that he's the vice chair, the Dr. Ross, and he said that the commission is gonna do this. Basically, he conceded that they're gonna listen to us and they're not gonna go against us, but it's gonna get out of their hands at some point. The politician's going to get into it. And that's what he says you have to continue. He's saying that once they do what they do and they put forth an honest report after what we're producing, but the documents and the numbers and the statements for months, for almost a year, they're going to produce a fair report. But then it's going to be on us to get out here and continue putting pressure on the politicians, continue spreading the word, making sure we have the grassroots, because he said that accountability goes from the top to the bottom. Now, the bottom has been holding they line, and it's going to go up. And so basically, when we were coming through these things, they had one idea. The commissioners probably had one idea or one vision of what they wanted reparations to be. But after they heard people speak week after a month after month, especially with concise statements, concise, not just going up there being emotional, but coming up there with plans and answers and rebuttals and with numbers. They know that this is a very serious situation for a lot of people. So I just wanted to point that out there that we have been able to get our message out, but we're not done. We still got more we have to do. We have to because we have some resistance, but it's quiet resistance. We have people that's probably emailing but not showing up. You know what I'm saying? They're not even coming to the meeting, but they're probably rebutting us, and we don't even know it. We need people to in our area or if you know anybody in our area, to get out more awareness, and continue everybody here on Twitter that follows me or Mortal or Leon or L or whatever. When you see us start putting out our the next flyer for the next location, retweet it, because you might somebody from St. Louis may follow you, but don't follow me or Mortal or Brother L, and they might come out. A few people have wanted to come out, but they just weren't able to, because like you heard in the statement, that they're evasive with the locations, and they don't make it very public. They make it very hard for people to come, and then they float it from the weekdays to the weekends. But some people work on the weekdays, some people work on the weekends, and if I can't tell where it's gonna be, I might be able to get off work if I know a month ahead of time. They give you the time, but you don't know the date, you don't know the area, and things like that. So it's still a little bit tricky and a little bit slippery. But that's what we have to deal with when we're dealing with people that owe us and have been owed us and don't want to give us what they owe us at all costs. It's pretty almost like they say taking blood from a turnip. They don't want to do this. The only reason why they're doing this is because it has become such, thanks to social media, it's become such a conversation. It's become such a thing. And the Democrats are up on the ropes right now. And they know that they got to do something. They pulling out all the rappers. They're doing everything they can. They throwing everything up against the wall to see what sticks. And we are trying to let them know ain't nothing gonna stick but reparations, as specifically lineage based in the form of cash payments. So with that being said, I see you got your hand up, Commander. Did you watch the whole thing, or did you watch any of the live, or did you or I know you was in for a minute, so
No,
where
I was just responding to make sure this white man with the book, and I sent you into your back channel. Was it the name of the book of that author? Because I was doing some quick Google. You know how I get, because like who is this white man with a book and what is he talking about? And I wanted to know if this is the title of the book. I sent it to you in your back channel, but give me 2 seconds so I can re-pull it up. It's something about St. Louis and the heart. It was like
okay,
2000. It was in April. It was created.
it was
So it's
created. Yes, so listen, it will. I'm gonna give it to you. The name of the book is "The Broken Heart of America, St. Louis, and the Violent History of the United States." And his name was Walter Johnson, and he's actually wrote two other books. This one happened to be a fresh book. Let me see. I have a copy of it right here in my hand because I was able to get one of the copies. And he also wrote "River of Dark Dreams: Slavery and the Empire of the Cotton Kingdom," and "Soul by Soul: Life Inside the Antebellum Slave Market." So he's a professor in Washington University. And if you don't know about Washington University is one of the most world-renowned medical institutions in the country. People come from all around the world. We have a lot of like Indian Patels and all those. They come here to go get educated at Washington University. So he wrote those three books. That was his most recent book. And like I said, there was a little alumni gathering because Dr. Ross, him, and another one, like they all went there. So that's their little, association, and they was giving him, because he's their foremost expert. He's the one that they call like has gravitas, or someone that has the authority to speak on our struggle or whatever. And we know how we feel about that, but we got to also understand how politics work and where we stand it. But no, I don't really think that anybody should be,
I have a
that's
question. No, no, I have a question specifically about that author. Has he made any donations to black people and organizations based off his book? I'm tired of people in the educating spectrum who feel like they can speak on our justice claim and speak on our culture, but they're not paying any form of restitution to anything that is black American, if you get what I'm saying. And that was the
You got
point
a
that I
that's a
want to
very
hit
good
home.
point. That's
That's
a
the
very
point
good
I want to
point.
hit home. He did not check in with no Dr. Darity. He did not check in with Dr. Claude Anderson, but he wants to grift off of brothers who's been in the game for over 50 plus years. I have a fucking problem with that because I've seen this in my graduate class, and I'm not cool with that, brother conscious. So if you can, brother, please ask them, what black people have you, organizations have you, with the proceeds, what have you done with it? That's what
but
I want to know.
I can tell you what he done with it. He put it in his pocket. That's first. Place number one, in his pocket, first and foremost. You heard me? He wrote the book. He's seen things going on with black folks. He wants to make some money, period. Anybody in there white that you saw was in there. This is St. Louis. This is the show me state. You heard me? So ain't no sense in bullshitting. You know, you're not gonna come over here. So yeah, he know, everybody knew in the room know what it's about. He called himself trying to be on the right side of history and make a buck. This is nothing new. The abolitionists back in slavery time often believed in the enslavement of the black people, but they realized that there was a market out there. Say, if you donate to me, or if you buy my book, or if you do this, well, I'll try to make it a little better for these Negroes. And they really just enriched themselves that way. His whole ideology, from what he presented and from the questions that he answered, um, lets me know that if he does donate anything to anything alleging to be black empowerment, he's donating it to that Uhuru movement, that the little guy who jumped in front of Amiel when it was his turn to speak. The little guy runs up. Well, okay, y'all got to research and go see who that is. That's the Uhuru movement. That's the white side of it. That's the money bag side of the Uhuru movement. Okay. So now the Uhuru movement and all the groups that are under that umbrella, some of them groups have a long history and they started out great. But you know, like a lot of our black groups and organizations, they got infiltrated. Family, that's just it, and that's all. The elders got old and they got infiltrated, and you know that's what it is. That's just what it is. So yeah, he's there to make a buck. Uh, Whether he's sincere about the things he said or not, I don't know. But I know he's writing that book to put some money in his pocket. And if he does donate anything to anybody, it'll be those Uhuru cats, those communist, socialist, Uhuru white folks that was in there saying that they're in solidarity with the African People's Socialist Movement. See, so that's where he's coming from. He's coming from the African People's Socialist Movement type of thing. Somebody asked a question. Listen, somebody asked him a question. One of the commissioners asked him a question and say, well, what do you think America should look like? It was a real vague question, so he could paint out his idea of what America should look like. And he was like, oh, I don't want to get into big of trouble, but it would look like a big communist. He mentioned communism in there. And that's why, if you saw my statement, because I heard what he was saying, and I was reading the room, and I knew a lot of them Uhuru cats was in there, along with a extra police presence. The conscious pointed that out. I was like, yeah, it looked like they got a armed security this time for the first time, huh? Yeah, because all them Uhuru come, they bring the police with them. You try to tell you niggas. Anyway, yeah, that's what he about, man. Any of them white folks in there, that's what they own. They own that. They own that. Either they're there to bring down the reparations conversation and talk against it, or they're there to make a quick, get something out of it.
Oh, yeah, but you understand kind of my position because I have the same situation going on in Connecticut. They got these white guys, one specifically out of University of Connecticut, as well as another university that are very kind of quote unquote prestigious. You got these white folks are pushing these reparations discussions, right? And they're boxing out our elders, they're boxing out potential black people in their spaces, and it seems like they're more like the legitimate face for reparations, and that doesn't sit well with me as a black man that's that's in those spaces, you know.
Well, you know
It's
how that is. They try to speak because they're doing that same white supremacist talking point. They wanted to speak for us. That's what they're doing. That's never going to change. They always want to do that because they always think they know best.
Well, I think it should be knocked down to delegitimize them, saying like, "Yo, you're not from the lineage." how do you're speak yes, you are using data, yeah, you're using different things, but you're not really as connected. You're the person who probably ancestors probably lynched our people. So what makes you a credible person to speak on our justice claim?
They
The
not. They not. No, that the guy who was there should have never been speaking. There's a person on the panel that should have never been there. White guy on the panel that should have never been there. But now, for the purpose that me and Conscious go is for this. Like here, we can talk about that and we can wake that up, that part of it up. But when you talk, oh, I'm sorry. Hold on a second. Let me move around. Uh, but our purpose of going there, we knew we was gonna see all that kind of stuff. This is really a Moore Mayor's Black Lives Matter type of action. It's an executive order by the mayor, and she's in with the Moore Mayor's thing. Okay, so this was never meant to be a lineage-based cash reparations event. Okay, we turned it into that, and that's so the reason why we didn't waste time talking to those people or addressing those people is because that commission is supposed to be gathering information from the people, gathering the preponderance of the statements from the people and the information in order to make recommendations. And we want to just keep hammering everything that they have to look at. We want to keep hammering it on them that, hey, lineage based cash reparation, lineage based cash, specifically us. We just keep hammering that, and hey, I'm gonna holler at you in just a second. You're all right, all right. Hey, so we keep hammering that in order to put the numbers in the favor of our argument. You see, so you can come there and speak, or you can send in emails, and they're compiling all of this in order to present recommendations. So we moving right past all that. What I did do, Commander, to address his point of view, because they had the white guy speaking there, and he was speaking on the effects of slavery uh, as it relates to capitalism. So he's trying to say that, oh, capitalism is the boogeyman, and look at all this capitalist stuff that was done to these Negroes. And
yeah, yeah,
listen,
wait, wait.
listen. Wait a minute, I'm gonna tell you. He said all this. He tried to couch it as if this is a product of a capitalist system. And if you heard my statement, that's why I was telling him and the rest of them Uhuru communist solidarity white folks in there uh, that this don't. That's if you look at my statement, I said, look, we allegedly live in a capitalistic country. Over my lifetime, I've seen this country move in move towards socialism in a lot of different ways, in a lot of different practices. And none of those moves towards socialism has helped us. None of it's helped us. They got a lot of socialist uh, tendencies that they've put out over the last 50 years. And none of it's helping us. So I straight told him and the rest of them, that this will never be for us a thing of capitalism, communism, socialism. I told him this is war. This is warfare being waged against us. So and, if a communist country wage war against you, or a capitalist country wage war against you, what's the difference? How does a system of government different if they're waging war against you? What difference do it make it to you? It don't. So that's their argument that they need to have. The white folks, they need to have that argument amongst themselves. Black folks didn't come up with communism nor capitalism. We can have our own systems of self-governance. So that's what he was there to promote, that Uhuru frame of thinking, and that whole promote socialism and communism. You know.
Um, Well, the other
So
thing I would bring up, is say that socialism has been weaponized against our community in such a negative fashion, which has gotten ourselves targeted and killed and murdered. You can Randolph. I could run through Randolph, Martin Luther King, um, um, a couple other that I could run through as a role. Like if I really put my mind to it, this is even more countless black people. Paul Robeson, like these people were targeted by the CIA, and because they had those type of leanings, and then resulted in them getting murdered, killed, harassed, and some of them even had to flee the country. Some of our Black
yeah,
Panthers were involved in that. So I would weaponize
yeah,
that in the guise of saying, yo, historically wise, socialism has been a calling card for the government to come down hard on the Negro, come hard on Black Americans to the point that it results death. So I find it very disingenuous that you come here promoting that in the middle of our fucking justice claim. Excuse my
yeah,
language.
yeah, yeah. It was disingenuous.
Yeah, yeah, you
It's a
get
lot
what
of listen. It's a lot of
Hold on, he went out. You went out, Immortal.
Yeah, he'll come back eventually.
Yeah, but yeah,
I hope.
yeah, yeah, he will. Yeah. But what the thing is, Commander, like you said, that's absolutely true. But because we have so short amount of time and we have to laser focus in and kind of we can't stop and fight every little fight because at the end of the day, they're going to do what they got to do. And, addressing that person or bringing and that's what they want. They kind of want us to stop off and have an issue about who's talking and this and that when it really don't matter because all of y'all are take part like it's in the system of white supremacy, left wing, right wing, centrist, communist, capitalist, you know what I'm saying? Well, whatever you want to call yourself, they'll come up with a new term tomorrow. It's still a system of white supremacy that's been permeated throughout the world for ages. So we not trying to have that argument right now. We'll have that argument later, but we do. But
wait, then I have another question because I have some questions regarding that to help me, so I can help understand what I was listening to a little bit more because I don't like white people in our spaces. Do you have any black educators or black people or black historians, black economists that are in your area that are kind of on code that knows what's going on? And if so, have you figured out a way to weaponize them against these type of educators? Because that's what it kind of needs to be done here to delegitimize this man, if you get what I'm saying. Because I don't.
and that's what I'm saying. We can't we at this point laser focused, but I understand what you're saying. That's the problem. Like on the commission, there is a historian. And she seems to be pretty respectable, and she seems to be pretty honest and genuine. She got to speak before the other guy. So hold on, Immortal's coming up. Let me bring him up. Did you bring him up, Leon? Hold on.
Hold on, I'm gonna do it right now. Hold on.
There you go. Yeah, okay, you got it. Because it just said it. I ain't gonna do it while you do it because it mess it up. But yeah,
Got it.
so yeah, like that war of trying to take down people that's speaking for us in our spaces. That's a distraction. Go ahead, Immortal. You got
yeah,
it.
yeah. I'm glad you made that point. That's the point I'm trying to make too. That's a distraction. They want to come in with being disingenuous, just like you said, and then it turn around and kind of be about them. But this is not gonna. We're not gonna allow it to be about them. That's why I made the statement that I made. This ain't about communism, capitalism, all that shit y'all talking about, socialism. This ain't about that. This is about repair. They at war with us. So we're not discussing, this isn't this ain't reparations isn't the conversation to try to hash out your political ideologies that you have disagreements among white people, but that's what they do. That's what Uhuru does. They come in, they try to center themselves, they fund niggas. So you see, if you listen to the guy who gave the presentation, and if you listen to the guy who jumped in front of our brother, he come up there talking about Uhuru, white solidarity, and no, them the paymasters. So in there, you had the paymasters for these immigrants. This was on the south side, And that's why they showed up there, because that's where their base is. Their base is with immigrants, not with us. You understand? That Uhuru thing, they really ain't got nobody fucking with them like that other than uh, boulets and immigrants. Okay? That's so, yeah, they,
And Pan
and
African,
Pan African.
and Pan
Well,
African.
that's who makes up the boulets that's who makes up the Pan African, boulets and immigrants. You know, that's who the Pan Africans is around here. So they get with them and throw them some crumbs and throw them something, and then they come out and say what they want them to say. It's a lot of that going around. You know, we might do another space on the effects and tentacles that this whole Uhuru movement have around the country, and what do they believe in and what do they not believe in. You know, and how do they operate?
Well, well,
Yeah. So
well, Big Brother, remember, Big Brother Immortal, remember when they had an incident where they were saying um, that there were Russians that were playing around with the elections, and that spinned off the movement where they were saying that we were Russian bots.
yeah, I remember that.
Remember that whole conversation?
Yeah, I remember
I
that.
really think you need to throw.
I remember
I
that.
really think you guys need to
But
throw.
this here, they can't have it. This here, what we doing in St. Louis, they can't have it, bro. It's not theirs. They can't have it. Me and Conscious then brought the word from the streets, from the grassroots. Uh, rest in power to Darren Seals. Rest in power. We're gonna give them the pure oil out the bottle. We're not gonna play with them. And so they tactics is really not working. What they trying to do in there to influence and all that is really not working because we've laid down the groundwork as we go in here each time. And so, yeah, I see them. We see the white folks in there, man, trying to grift, but you know, we moving, we rolling straight over them. You hear me? We rolling straight over them,
Yeah,
and we ain't giving them no airplay. You hear me? That's the committee have to give them airplay. I don't. You feel me?
I'm going to say thank you and thank you for standing 10 toes for our people, our lineage, and our community. That's very, very, very important. No matter where we are, no matter where we are, putting our best foot forward for our community and our lineage-based community. So I commend you, good brothers, and I'm going to say thank you. Hell, I might got family out there I don't even know, and I got brothers that's standing 10 toes for the lineage in our community, making sure what's getting owed. That's what matters to me. And I want to say thank you for understanding the situation when it pertains to the area in which you live in. Um, you're right. Not everything's not meant to be attacked. Um, even if we might not like the situation. So knowing the difference, knowing the subtlety difference is very, very important. Especially when combating injustice. So I want to say thank you for knowing the difference and applying those differences when needed. So salute to you.
And I
Hey,
want to say, yeah, thank you, Commander. I want to say, so far we've been successful being step ahead, and it's some more. I have a few more chess moves that I can't disclose that I'm working on because I've known that this is going to be a extended, protracted campaign, and so with that being said, it's some other things that I'm getting with other people in the background, including you, that I want to bear fruit because when it comes down, when the final report comes down, and when we see what's said and what's recommended, we still have another. We still gonna have to figure out how to respond because we know they're gonna do everything kicking and screaming not to give us what we are owed. So I try to have hope, but I also have I'm real. I'm a realist. It sometimes comes off as negative, but my Lord bless my father's soul. He rest in peace. He always told me expect the best, but prepare for the worst. So that's how I'm going about the situation. And Brother Immortal helps me stay grounded with that. I'm hoping for the best, but I expect the worst, and I expect humans to be humans. I expect people to be greedy. I expect the people to be no good. I expect people to be sneaky. And then, after out of all of that, there are some pure-hearted people. There are some people like Leon, like you, like Brother L, like Immortal, that support, that really wants change, and then there's other people that don't want change, that's happy, take turtle snailing us to the bag and selling products from t-shirts to financial products to loans to everything. This is because that's what everybody else is in the other space talking about right now. All this grifting and all that. We going right past all of that. So, with that being said, like I said, I'm gonna say, like Leon, that's our support staff, man. We like you said, like when you in a war, you some guys, everybody don't run out the trenches. Some guys sit back and just load up the guns and get them ready. And it's proverbial. Just saying hypothetical. Not nobody has any guns. I'm saying, like, we need medics. Yeah, there we go, medics. Somebody to get the bandages when we take wounds. Somebody to gas up the vehicles. Somebody to make sure stuff is good at home. Your support is everything. That's why I get in my bag a lot about people that don't support, or people that claim to hold people accountable, but then they don't support. The hypocrisy. That's a conversation for another day. We started off and talked about that briefly, but like I said, we had the space open for a little while. I'm gonna give a last time check. It's 12:08 Eastern Standard Time, 11:08 Central Standard Time, 10:08 Mountain Standard Time, 9:08 Pacific Standard Time. Outlaw Media Time Check, St. Louis Reparations Recap, 9/27/23. Outlaw Media. Make sure you visit conscioutlawedmedia.com. I have made my personal business to keep an accounting of all of these reparations commissions on my own dime, because the city of St. Louis was supposed to have a standalone website for this. And unfortunately, they did not deliver that. So I'm practicing self-determination, and I'm making sure that I keep a digital, permanent, everlasting library of everything that's going down and the statements that's being submitted and everything that's happening. So I'm keeping receipts. I'm the receipt man. I'm the one that's really trying to hold people accountable, because at the end of the day, I can only do what I can do. I can do my best, and if it doesn't turn out a certain type of way, you can't blame me. And I'm gonna land. Go ahead, Commander.
Is it a way that you can charge and hit them with a bill for that because you are doing a service on behalf of the community? You do already have an up running website and stuff running. I think that you should ask for compensation for that
I
on
tell you what,
behalf of the
on them
country.
lines, family, you can go to conscious outlawed media.com, and you go on there, and it'll give you options to where you can financially support the work that we do. You feel me? It's right in there. It says, hey, if you want to support, do this, and it's on there. Um, it might even be on my brother's. Let me look in his. Yeah, it's right there. In conscious bio. So if anybody wants to, you know, financially support the work that we do, you can do it that way, and I bet you we'll come up with more receipts of what's been paid than what we get. I bet you we can do that. Now that's how we do it. Yeah, people, we have people help us, and we taken donations for things. Guess what? The last time we did pull ups, uh, we each we got donations, and then we came out of that much and more out of our pockets, each one of us. So, it costed 3 times the donations that we got, and we still got it done. But if anybody does want to, support, you go look in Conscious Bio, or go to conscioutlawedmedia.com, and support, because that'll go towards our next push to make sure that more St. Louis voices are heard. We got a whole push thing we want to do, as far as how we can get more people to send in emails and demand lineage based cash payment reparations strictly for us. So that's, yeah, I appreciate you bringing that up, man. We do need help, but we not finna, hey, it's out there. If you watching us, you seeing what we doing, and you think it's worth something, then, whatever you can do, we'll appreciate it. And you keep watching us, and if you say, well, what y'all do with all the money? Where the money go? We're gonna start, anteing up receipts. If we get $100, I bet you we can show you receipts for 3 with all this shit that we're doing. So yeah, man, I appreciate you bringing up the
Oh,
support part.
yeah. The other thing I wanted to give out a suggestion. There should be like a street team aspect where you go out on the street and you interview Black American people or Negro people or wherever you go from the lineage-based community, and just ask them what their thoughts in and tap in and check in with them. You might want to also keep like a small video or something of various different clips and ask for the people responses from like a St. Louis person, to help amplify that and throw that on and keep that on a different platform. That would be like kind of my suggestion, and keep that as a street team type of thing, and tackle like get the person's name and their information and say, hey, this is also kind of, you could quasi leverage it as like a testimonial type of thing. You dig what I'm saying? Like that would be like kind of my suggestion, so you can get more voices in there and more of our people represented. The last thing I want is more white people storming, which I seriously doubt in St. Louis, but God forbid if that's the case. If they come through storming with these weirdos who are not talking and not gearing to what we're doing, that does really doesn't sit well with me, because Dr. Francis Quest Wilson died alone, died poor, but yet still white people can grift off our history. And like show me the white person that's grifting off the Jewish people's history or something, like the white, you get what I'm saying, or show me the white man that's grifting off the Chinese culture. You get what I mean? Without any pushback or without him checking in with the culture. Like, so I really do, brothers and sisters, I really do feel some type of way about that person. And I know it's not a shot at anybody that you got. It's just me looking at that white guy's like, yo, what the hell is this devil doing here? You have no, stick to the classroom or something, dude. That's just
Yeah, well, you,
that's
you have
just
to
my
you have
vibe.
to
I'm sorry. My bad.
you have to get with the ones who invited them. Me and Conscious didn't invite them. We had some ideas on who we wanted to come and give presentations to. They ain't listen to us, so we had some ideas on what kind of books they should be reading. They got this man book, so like he said, they all out of Wash U over there,
Then,
Wash
then,
U,
then
Washington University.
my suggestion is come through with some Dr. Darity's book, not the Dr. Claude Anderson and Dr. Darity's books.
Wait,
Come
Oh
there
yeah,
with
that's
if you go back into the statements,
mm-hmm.
you'll hear Conscious. If you go over our statements over the last 6 months, you'll hear Conscious on more than one occasion mention those books and advise people to look into those books and all of that. Even I believe one of the commission members is a very young person. I don't think she's even over 23, 22. I think she's younger than 22. And she's like, well, I never heard of Dr. Clint Anderson. Can you tell me about those books? And he gave her the list of books to read, Black History Reader, uh, 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 uh,
Power
Black
now.
Labor, White Wealth, Powernomics. Uh, uh, yeah, yeah,
Dirty
he's
Secret
educating them.
History, Little Dirty
Yeah,
Secret Histories 1 and 2. One
one
was
One.
and two, he mentioned all that. I'm telling you, he mentioned all that. I'm
all right,
telling
all
you,
right,
I'm
all
talking
right.
about you got to go back through this thing and see what we've been doing, man. And really see Southside is mixed now with a lot of different immigrant cultures, white and black and immigrant cultures. It's the most diverse side of town. Well, Southside used to be the sundown side of town. Like you couldn't come on the South Side. And then the South Side still is the stronghold of the white population of St. Louis. So when they had the meetings on the South Side, you can expect, some white folks to come in there and say something. I'm surprised we didn't get more than we, running their mouth than we did. But if you notice the ones on the North Side, you had a lot less of that, that kind of interference and things. And like I say, man, we got to keep our eyes on the prize. And that's another thing one of these white supremacists do. They like to waste your time. They like to distract you and waste your time. So I spent a little time addressing them and their ideologies, but I had to let that commission know that what we want them to write down on that piece of paper that they're going to turn over is cash payments and lineage based. So yeah, it's a lot of white folks grifting going on. But if you watch this blueprint, I mean, this St. Louis Reparation Commission meetings have been a blueprint. If you just watch us, the first commission meeting, I'm gonna land it with this, man, and then I'm gonna have to get off and go and finish some work around here. But if you see the first commission meeting, nobody was interested in talking about lineage based or cash payments. Nobody was on that. They was on that. They was on that old time type stuff of world solidarity and the African this and that. And it's like, dude, what are you talking about? So conscious, cracked that wide open coming in lineage based. I think that was one of his first statements. And like I told the people earlier, our statements have to be looked at in their totality. If you go, I keep telling conscious, he got a body of work that he put out here. So yeah, y'all go back and check out them statements over the months that we've given, and it's leading up to the last couple of statements we'll be able to make here. But
Or
I'm gonna go on and get on up out of here, man, because I got some stuff I gotta finish up.
I want
But
to say thank you for your time, thank you for your effort, and thank you for doing what you do for our people, man. No matter where we
hey,
are.
hey, shout out to you too for all the work that you getting done up there in the Northeast, because I know that ain't no easy place to get nothing done for Black people for sure. But you standing strong in the paint. So shout out to you, man, and for the things that you do, and thanks for the support you give us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you for the support, man. And like I said, well, I'm gonna close it out too. But I do want to say your suggestion, Commander, is about getting out there. It's the work is heavy, the workers are few. Between me and Immortal, we have like 10 jobs. I'm not playing. I'm not playing. I'm not being funny. We have like 10 jobs. Dudes be working from sun up to sundown. We don't have time, and me and him was having a discussion today about trying to parse time with money because we can't do everything. We might have to actually pay people to do things that we need to do, but we can't put it in everybody's hands. You know what
Well,
I'm
there's
saying?
something that you can put in my hands for me. If you catch any white academia that's doing that type of crap, make up a list and send it my way. I'm about to start compiling these guys and put them in a database and start getting this popping because I'm tired of these
That's a good
guys.
idea, actually.
Yeah, I'm tired of these guys in these
It
academic
is.
circles that are exploiting my people and they're out here giving our community a bad rep. That's just a personal axe I want to grind personally because I deal with this crap in grad school all the time and I just getting tired of personally seeing it. They need to stay in their own fucking lane. Stay in your own sandbox and play, but don't go in the black one. That's where the black people are at right now. So that's just kind of my stance. If you can do that, I'll put some little change into the bucket so you guys can do those interviews and do some things even more productive for your platform. So I won't get to you right away, but I will get to you for that. That will be my word on that. Real talk, because that's something I need that information for what I will do for probably a class action lawsuit or something of that sort to silence these bumps. If you're not donating the proceeds, like that's like somebody writing about the goddamn Holocaust and they're not donating something to the museum or anything of those people. The Jewish people wouldn't be having that. And I think that we should have a little bit more vigilant standard when it comes to how people are speaking on our history. So that's just a personal exile grind as a knight. That's something that you guys shouldn't have to worry about. And you're right. You need to be worrying about reparations in your neck of the woods. But lead those bad guys to me and just writing on a list. Just send it to my way, and I'm gonna do something with that.
Got you. Appreciate this. So with that being said, Leon, you want to close us out? The DJ, the MC, the host?
I will close it up, but I do want to give you, Conscious, and Immortal, your flowers. Um, you guys, I've been rocking with you guys for a while now, and y'all paving the way for a lot of Black Americans when it comes to doing minding your state own bloodline business when it comes to these reparations. I mean, we have others that done it, and I'm not going to bash them because they did do good jobs as much as the best of their ability, and you guys are doing it as well. And you guys do not get enough credit at all of the work y'all putting in your area, St. Louis. So I just want to salute both of y'all, gentlemen, and the efforts y'all doing for our people.
Right on, fam, man. And likewise, man, and likewise, for real. Yeah, thanks for taking the time to come holler at us. I know a lot of people interested in other topics going on right now, and which Negro is running with this white man and that white woman and all this kind of stuff, man. But we got to keep the work is still to be done, and we're not going to let nothing distract us, and we're not going to let anything stop us. So, peace, fam. I'm up out.
I'm up about two. Peace, peace, peace. Outlaw Media. Yeet.